Hello everybody, welcome again to the 9 p.m. session. I'm Priyanka Jain, Basic and Advanced Pranic Healing Instructor and your Life Simplified Mentor. So, as we continue our series where we are trying to understand various root causes for different diseases, you can see the previous videos that we have put up on the Facebook. The disease or the situation, you can call it maybe a physical issue that we are going to be talking about is obesity. Okay, so something that we again see pretty common. Let us try to understand what is this. Obesity is an increase in the body weight as a result of an excessive accumulation of fat in the body beyond skeletal and physical limitation. Okay, so it's excessive weight. What could be the emotional block in this? Okay, so obesity is related to various psychological factors or psychological implications related to a situation or a person that humiliated you when you were young and you felt ashamed. Now live in a state of perpetual fear of feeling ashamed, making someone else feel ashamed or being shamed by somebody else. So the person who is obese might feel that, there's a person, for whom they feel that they have ashamed them. And it's also like a psychological barrier that they create to shield themselves, from the demands and expectations of the other. So sometimes they create this as a barrier. They probably have difficulty saying no and have a tendency to take on too much because they are ashamed of saying no. So they may feel sandwiched between two people, one person trying to do everything for the other to satisfy them, while the other one trying to satisfy. Now, when we are trying to do this, or the person trying to do this, they completely are out of touch of their own needs. Okay. A balance of discipline, guidance and nurturing is optimal, in supporting the healthy development of a child. So let's go into, the childhood of maybe such people. When there is too much discipline and control, manifesting as a rigid and inflexible rules, the child will for a time adapt and do what they are told, but eventually explode and rebel against the authority figure. Okay, so a child learns, to rebel at an early age through food. This is very common. I don't want to eat it. I'm not going to eat it. This is a very normal part of development that probably we all have also done. Fussy eating and refusal to eat certain kinds of food are ways of playing out and communicating their frustration. So this is how they show it out. Now, roll forward a few years. After a few years, in an environment where the teenager feels suffocated by endless rules, their rebellion and emotional soothing comes from food. Okay, so they could seek solace in food. So it's like you can't control the way I eat, can result in eating sweets, junk food, which can make the child feel good. The child is often told off, maybe even told that they are fat and useless, maybe, by one of their parents, or made fun of, by people. So in present day, an obese person will have an internalized critical voice of, a parent figure and strict rules of their upbringing. This results in futile attempts to go on strict diets, which are quickly broken as child within has already learned to rebel against strict rules. So they do not want to follow the strict rules, so the discipline for the diet does not. An inner dialogue between that strict rule or rebellion, it goes on, and they just try to soothe themselves by eating more. So it is also a common to gain weight as a protective, psychological barrier against the opposite sex. They may believe that their bulk will not make them look attractive, and so therefore they feel hurt, humiliated. So they do it prevents them from feeling hurt or humiliated by the other person. Now, frequently, obese people also want to take their rightful place in life, but are uncomfortable in doing so. Little do they realize that they are taking a lot of space in life, not physically, not physically, but they're taking a lot of space in life, thinking a lot. A mental block could be that, the obesity, people who are obese are deeply sensitive. They are unable to take long, hard, honest look at themselves in a mirror. So are you able to really look at each part of your body in a mirror? Now, it is very important if the person wants to address obesity, then they fully understand it. The ability to look honestly at their physical body is linked with the capacity to look beyond the physical to the real cause of the issue. To try and understand what is triggering this issue in them. Experiencing the humiliation they did as a child can cause to build a protective barrier to prevent any advantage being taken off. So you could achieve goals. So they feel that they could achieve goals by being a nice person, by taking on other people's burden. It's important that they learn to receive instead of giving. So there is only giving and they are not able to receive, and this causes them a lot of pain, and sometimes they feel this humiliation, and due to which they can just, for them the way out could be eating or overeating. So one of the lessons that I feel for a person who is obese or who feel that they have more weight than they should is loving yourself. This is one of the spiritual reasons could be behind the issue, where they need to learn to love themselves. They need to accept their body and their as a whole package, as a whole person. They need to learn to accept. They need to raise their self-worth, and sometimes this is difficult on their own, so they can approach certain therapists and maybe support of somebody at home who loves them, and that can who will push them into doing certain things like following a diet or exercising regularly, and even maybe a psychotherapist or a psychiatrist to help them deal with the emotions that triggers the excessive eating. So this can help them come out of this issue. We have seen people who have successfully worked at it, and really made their body strong, and the confidence they feel after that makes a lot of difference in their life, and what the kind of life, the quality of life that they're going to lead afterwards. So thank you so much again for joining in for this session. Do comment and give your feedback. Until the next time, namaste.